And hello, and welcome to the Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell TV show. I am your host, Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell. I want to say thank you to so many people, but I first want to hope and pray that you all had a wonderful 4th of July week and weekend. I had a fabulous one, and with my little 6-year-old who I just adore. But nevertheless, I hope you all had a safe and blessed holiday weekend. This show is going to be on, of course, intermediate Taekwondo martial arts. We just finished up a nice segment on beginner into intermediate. Now I'm going to go right into intermediate Taekwondo martial arts. Taekwondo martial arts is what I've been saying all the time. It's part Taekwondo and part Kempo. And I call it Taekwondo, of course, a mixture of Taekwondo from Korea, and of course, Shaolin Kempo, which is a mixture of Chinese and Japanese art. Let's get started. Taekwondo martial arts is very effective. It's effective because of how I teach. I have a 3-step teaching method. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you, and then we do it together. And so staying in shape, of course, at 53 years of age is not so much for me. I stay in shape for my students, of course. Okay, so by me staying in shape, I can have a 3-step effective teaching. Again, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you, then we're going to do it together, okay? Here we go. Now, I'm going to tell you. Now I'm going to go into intermediate Taekwondo, which is intermediate belt from green belt, green-white, blue, blue-white, purple, and purple-white. That is the belt organization at Bagwell Academy of Martial Arts. And of course, in my Milford, and of course, here in my Groton Academy, okay? 2 locations, okay? Height. We're going to do Kempos first. Green belts called 7A, 7B. Now we're getting into intermediate, so now we're going to start getting into a lot more self-defense as well. Every martial arts needs to have a self-defense component already built into their art. If there's no self-defense component built into their art, parents, there's a problem going on. Because if you're taking karate, you should also know how to defend yourself, okay? I won't spend a lot of time on that because it's become more tutorial than, of course, actual physical show. So here we go. Combination 7A, 7B. Here's 7A. I'm going to block a punch coming at me. Back fist, chamber, iron palm. One more time. I'm going to go slow. 2 angles. Almost off camera. Cross block, back fist, chamber, iron palm. And I'm always landing in a fighting stance where I can kick or I can jump back, throw a Superman punch, I can do what have you. In the business world, it's called keeping yourself marketable. Keeping yourself marketable means always keeping yourself in a situation or position for enhancement. Okay, or for promotion. In martial arts, it's called keeping yourself in position for an attack. So you're ready for almost everything. You can't predict the future, of course, but you definitely want to keep yourself in good position so you can respond appropriately to the attack that's coming at you. Okay, here we go. Now, self-defense. I'm here. I feel pressure coming at me from a punch or a hook. To my European brethren, they call hooks round punches. So if the round punch is coming at me, there's not a problem at all. I can still block effectively, strike effectively, keep coming forward, and strike again, okay? 7B. 7B is a bit more intricate, okay? But again, I tell you, I show you, we can do it along together while you're at home, okay? Very simple. My hands are up, okay? Again, cross block, okay, step and strike, come down, strike again, elbow strike, aya. Now we're going to get into what they call foot sweeps. My left hand and my right hand, left leg and right hand move at the same time. Left leg, right hand at the same time, as you can see here, okay? So after I elbow strike someone, left hand, right hand moves, simultaneously. I bend that right knee. I bend it to get depth. Sweep, knife hand strike in the person's groin, of course, right over left. Okay? Now from a side view, again, almost off camera. cross block, step in, strike. Come down, strike. Elbow strike. Ayah. Left leg and right hand, they move simultaneously, okay? After the strike, I step, right knee slightly bends, sweep, ayah. Pop my hands up, right over left. Simple, okay? Now, that was green belt. Now we're gonna go into green white, called 8A and 8B. When you're taking classes at Bagwell Academy of Martial Arts, you'll find that the solid belts really represent Taekwondo. Shaolin Kempo is a bit more intricate. So Shaolin Kempo has combinations for the solid belts and for the green whites. So say if you earn your green belt and you're going on to green white belt, okay, for your test. We call testing. Some call it grading. Okay, mostly that's a European, Canadian thing, and they call it grading. A lot of Tang Soo Do practitioners, they call it grading. We won't go there right now. But at the end of the day, it's a test. That's all it is. Like life is a test. Okay, it's a test. As you're testing for you from your green to your green white, okay, you have to know all of your white, yellow, orange, and green belt techniques for both Taekwondo and Kempo, okay? Once you earn that green-white belt, the combinations that you're going to learn are the combinations called 8A and 8B. Let me show you. Hands are up. Here comes a straight punch or a hook, it doesn't matter. I Buddhist palm, I block it. I grab the person's wrist, snap kick, step, cross, back fist, iron palm. As you can see, I'm coming forward. Kempo is very, very aggressive. I joke with my parents and my kids in karate classes all the time, and I always say, you know, Kempo is very aggressive. If I can find a woman like Kempo, I would marry her. I mean, I just joke all the time. I love mixing business and pleasure all the time. That's the beauty of being a business owner, okay? So, but at the end of the day, Shaolin Kempo, even though it's aggressive, it's also protecting you. So while your opponent wants to, say, you know, contract, you still can expand and be just as safe as if your opponent wants to expand and you want to contract. You still can block and still be effective. It's not a problem. Shaolin Kempo is a close quarter combat art. It's not a system. Systems you can only learn so much. That's where you cap off at, okay? And art is infinite, okay? Here we go. 8B. I'm coming here. 8B. Now, when there's a punch coming towards me, or where the case may be, I come up like this, and I block, grab, turn back, break, break, right over left, okay? I'm here, come up, strike, or block, grab, turn, strike, strike, right over left. Cat stance, or if I'm in the street, in a fighting stance. Now, I'm gonna do it from a side view so you can see. I'm here, or I'm like this now, self-defense mode. It's the same thing, but now since a punch is coming at me pretty hard, I wanna get out of the way. So I'm gonna block and lean back a little bit. Double block, knife hand block, grab, turn back, 1, 2, right over left. Even a cat stance in school or in the fighting stance, of course, if I'm in the street, okay? With the intermediate program at Bagwell Academy of Martial Arts, you're gonna learn the one pinyan. One pinyan is really taught around the yellow belt level. And martial arts is like building a house, or it's a domino effect. This domino here cannot be effective until this domino is up. So we go one domino at a time, or of course, one belt at a time. Yes, there are some students that may skip a belt from time to time, But those students are investing in their martial arts through a black belt program that I have, or the ATP black belt program that I have, or they're taking a lot of private lessons. So they're going to get almost 3 or 4 times the knowledge as opposed to someone who is taking regular classes. Okay? So here we go. Hands are up. All right? Now watch this. Okay? Straight punch or a hook. I'm going to go a little bit faster. I come here, I block. That's in the dojo. If you are in the street, my hands are here. I'm more in a situation where my hands are down, okay? Because from here to here, it doesn't take any time to block. You can always lean back if you have to. You understand? So if you're actually in a real fight, your hands are going to be up. They're going to be open. Never clenched. You're open. It takes less time to go from here to here than it does from here. It takes more time. It does actually. Open, 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 close at the very last second. The impact of the punch will be much more effective than from closed to here. Much more effective, okay? Now, 1 pinyan, 2 pinyan, and 1 kata will be introduced between the yellow belt and that blue belt level. 3 pinyan is more of a purple belt going into brown belt. It's more of an advanced pinyan. Pinyans, katas, patterns, all of that, okay, is about discipline. If you can get a student to remember a certain kata, a certain pattern, a certain form, if they can focus on all of those different moves and blocks and back stands and riding horse stances, guess how effective they're going to be when it's time to fight in a point fight, or if you're going to be a kickboxer, because you've memorized so many different moves, and now when you're fighting that one person, that's all you have to focus on. Wow, that's a dangerous person, okay? Controlled, but dangerous, okay? Now, I'm going to do 1 pinyan. My back is going to be towards the camera a couple times, but you're going to get an idea of how the pinyan and katas and forms and patterns work. Where I start is where I begin, okay? So, height, bow. From here, if I was doing, say, a taekwondo kata, now I'm doing a pinyan. So from here, I bow. 1 pinyan, I come here, breathe out, look to my left, go into a cat stance. Right hand's always above my obi. My obi is called my belt, okay? I'm always here above my belt. Low block, half moon punch, turn, low block, half moon punch, cat stance, low block, half moon punch 1, punch 2, punch 3. These are all called half moons. When my foot goes in and out. You see that right there? It goes in and out. Whatever leg is forward, that hand is going to be up, okay? Chamber, left hand, right ear. I turn, low block, half moon punch, turn, low block, half moon punch. My back will be to you only for a moment. Cat stance, low block, punch 1, punch 2, punch 3, chamber, turn again, low block, half moon punch, turn, low block, half moon punch, hard chamber, left leg goes back, I breathe out, left hand opens, bow and say height. Imagine doing a pinyan. Imagine doing your katas when it comes down to taekwondo. If you can memorize all of those moves, just imagine how good of a fighter you're going to be. Your focus, your concentration, your mindset has to be determined to learn all those moves. That's why martial arts at any level is phenomenal. It really is, because you're remembering all these moves. It's about a focus and a concentration in martial arts. And you take the focus and the concentration, parents, it will go into their schoolwork. It will go into their studying, better quizzes, better grades, better exams. That's how it works. You just can't go to the gym and take a class and have fun. It has to be a determination as to what's going to be. So therefore, what is the purpose? What is your purpose? What do you want to get out of a certain class? That's what it comes down to, okay? Here we go. Height. It's called two pinyin. Again, I breathe out, look to my left, cat stance. Unlike one pinyin, two pinyins a little bit more intricate. Low block is the same, half moon, leopard punch. I turn, low block, half moon, leopard punch, cat stance. Now, let's go over the punches. This is a straight punch here. These are called leopard punches after a tiger. When a tiger's on the ground and they scratch and they scratch and they strike down there. We simply call it a leopard punch, okay? You got horizontal, then you have your vertical. You see how the fist moves? Horizontal punch, vertical punch, up and down. And when you're throwing that vertical punch, you focus on the first two knuckles. So when you're punching, you don't punch on the whole hand. You punch on the what? Yes, the first two knuckles is where you have to focus on, okay? That's where the focus is. So now you know what a leopard punch is. So now I get into a cat stance, low block, half moon, straight punch, hammer strike, chamber. I'm in a side riding horse stance, okay? Half moon, straight punch, hammer strike, hitting you with the side of my fist. That's the hammer strike, chamber. Let me just back up some. Half moon, straight punch, hammer strike, chamber. Left hand, right ear, turn, low block. Chamber first, half moon, uppercut. There, turn, low block, chamber, half moon, uppercut. Cat stance. Now my back is going to be to you for a minute, but I'm going to switch it around. I want you to see these moves in two pinyin. Everything's about a focus. Everything's about a purpose. What is your purpose? What is your calling, so to speak? Some people are called to be law enforcement. Some are called to be people who help, like firefighters in the medical profession. Some are taught to be school teachers. What is your calling? Some are calling to be instructors, whether it's yoga, martial arts, judo, aikido, mixed martial, whatever it is. What is your calling, okay? So if you can find out what your calling is, what your purpose, you'll have a focus on life. You just won't go through life just aiming around, like a paper in the wind. There's got to be a focus here. My focus is through Ministry of Martial Arts and Fitness, so low block. Now, here we go. Half moon, high block, leopard punch, uppercut. See how that works? Half moon, high block, leopard punch, uppercut. Let me just back up a little bit more. Half moon, high block, leopard punch, uppercut. Left hand, right ear, turn, low block, half moon, watch me now, uppercut, okay? Now, when you're coming here, the uppercut now changes into a middle block, snap punch, okay? Turn, low block, half moon, middle block, punch, hard chamber. Now, when you're doing that half moon, middle block, punch, hard chamber, now you go back and you end it. Like I said, wherever you begin, that's where you end. Height, okay? Bagwell Academy of Martial Arts is comprised of two different disciplines. It's comprised of, again, Taekwondo, and is also comprised of Shaolin Kempo. I mix those two together. It's called Taekempo Martial Arts. So every belt level that the student earns, it's a dual belt. They're learning two different styles at the same time. That's how it works. To learn just one style to me would put me to sleep. It really would, okay? It would put me to sleep. My mind is always working on how to better something, how to increase something, how to enhance something, okay, how to make something better than when I first came into it, okay? It's like a relationship. A relationship is the same exact thing. How can I make this relationship better than when I came out of it? How can I do that? How can things work out that way? So it's the same exact thing. Now, here we go, okay? Let's work on it. Now we're going to do blue belt, which is called 9A and 9B. I'm almost ahead of myself here, okay? I get into my show, my passion. Height, okay? Now, Kempo fighting stance. This is a blue belt. This is called 10A and 10B, okay? I'm sorry, 9A and 9B. Blue belt is 9A and 9B. Blue white belt is 10A, 10B. Excuse me, I'm ahead of myself here, okay? Here we go. 9A, 9B, straight punch or a hook. Left arm chamber, I step, feint block, grab. From a side stance, I go into a front stance with a knife hand strike, extract, grab, turn. Strike, strike, strike. And as you can see, I'm always landing in a fighting stance where I can kick, if I have to hop back, throw a punch, or I can step back, throw a kick, whatever I want to do. It's all right there. For 6 months, well, 5.5 months out of the year, I teach state troopers martial arts, and they want Kempo karate from red belt to black. Okay, some pretty intricate stuff there. You're going to also see that on this show. Okay, here we go. Now, that was 9A from a self-defense standpoint. Okay, self-defense. Straight punch or hook comes, it doesn't matter. This technique is normally used for a person who's a bit bigger than yourself coming at you, okay? You can use it at any time, but you also want to get out of the way of that negative energy coming at you. Negative energy. When you're in the car driving and someone honks the horn and they throw certain fingers at you, they think that you're wrong and they're trying to cut you off in traffic. Don't get mad, don't get beside yourself, just wave. Let them have all the stress. All you gotta do is just ease up on the brake and let that let that person go through, and then just ease up on the stress. What are you getting mad for? Don't let a person take your joy. Relax. Straight punch coming at me, just move out the way. Just let it go. Just flow with it. Just let it. It's like a dance. In a nightclub years ago, I would dance and just let it flow all night long and have fun. It's the same exact thing in martial arts, but you want to ensure that the punch will not touch you. So I want to basically do a feint block this way, or a feint block that way, or a middle block this way, or a middle block that way. As you can see, let your body flow. Don't go against the current, go with the flow, okay? Now, when you're talking about blocks in 9A, okay, or 9B, you want to block, okay? Get out of harm's way, grab, strike, extract, grab, turn, strike, strike, strike. Land in your fighting stance, okay? That's so important. I probably do close to 7 private lessons a day. My work schedule is crazy, but I can handle it. God's not going to put any more on me than I can handle, so I can handle it, and with grace, okay? So, all the private lessons that I have, I give them all a whole 100%. This is a plan A in my life. I don't have a plan B. Now, part of martial arts is this. If you have a plan B and C, you know what happens to plan A? You give it 80%. You give it 90%. And if it doesn't go right, you go on to plan B. But if you take the emotion out of it, and there's so many emotional people in the world, we won't go there right now, but if you take the emotion out of it and use your logic, you'll say, you know what? I didn't give plan A 100%. Then how can you expect for that plan A to prosper and to flow and for God to bless plan A if you didn't give it 100%? Okay? Now, hands are up, okay? Let's rock and roll. He comes straight punch or a hook. 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Strike, strike, strike. I'm victorious. I get to go home. If you do not give every punch, every strike, every block, every kick, every flip, every grab, 100%, how do you expect to be successful? How do you expect to be successful? You can't be. You have to give it 100%. If you're married in a relationship or a job or anything that requires your time, you should give it 100%. You understand? Let's go. Come on. Let's work it. Hands are up. 9B, butterfly chamber. Trying to grab me around my neck, to trying to grab my shoulders. Not a problem. I'm here. Butterfly, block. My hands come down on a person's wrist. I slightly bring them in. Double knife hand strikes. Watch from a side angle. It's even better. I'm here. I step back. Block. Grab the person's wrist. Slightly bring them in. Double knife hand strike on the collarbone. I give everything 100%. That's why at the end of the night, I'm wiped out. It's more of a mental thing for me now, not physical. I already took care of the physical. I know I'm in shape. I can do whatever I want to do. At age 53, I can do it all. Run, jump, throw a football, play basketball, have a good time with the kids, whatever you want to do. But you have to be in some level of fitness. You have to be in some level of fitness. That's just how it works. Okay? Now, here we go. Let's finish up strong here. We went over green, green, white, blue. Now let's go over blue, white belt. 10A, 10B. We went over 1 pinion and 2 pinion. Okay? This is a two-part series on intermediate. Okay? Here we go. Hands are up. Now we're on blue, white belt. 10A, 10B. High strike to my left this time. Circular block into a fighting stance. It's a toe kick, back kick, land, boom, okay? I'm going slow here because I don't want to kick all the cameras in front of me, okay? Let's have some fun, okay? High block, 10B, circular block. Now here comes a leopard punch. Okay? Toe kick, back kick, and I land, okay? That's how it works. So to refresh on everything, the 5P principle. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Okay? Taekwondo aims to achieve courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit, which means never give up. There's no precedent in the Bible that speaks about giving up. I don't care how tough it is. It's how bad do you want it? I'm talking about personal goals here. I'm not talking about relationship. That's a whole other thing. I'm talking about martial arts and fitness. I'm talking about your goals, your dreams. How bad do you want it? You're going to go through your ups and downs. Some of you have taken that leap of faith. And now you're getting your elbows scratched up, your knees, you're getting cut, you're getting upset, you're crying, whatever. That's a part of the growing pains. When a woman is pregnant, right before she gives birth, the contractions and the pains is the same exact thing, baby. That's just how it works, okay? And we all go through it. I know what I'm talking about. I want to thank you all for watching the Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell TV show. I am your host, Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell of Bagwell Academy of Martial Arts. Thank you, and good night.